welcome back to your English class. In today's class, we are going to begin with Oxford in Part B. Let's take Section 1, Notes from the South Pole. Dear children, South Pole, all of us know, is the southernmost tip on the surface of the earth. It lies just opposite to the North Pole. The lesson is about a race, a competitive race between two people who made it possible to the South Pole. Before that, it had never been visited by human beings. These two adventurers were named as Robert Scott and Roald Amundsen. Although they had a very tough time during the expeditions, but they made it possible. They had to endure many hardships during the expeditions, but they reached to the South Pole. So now let's explore more about their expedition or their race. Let's begin reading Section 1, Notes from the South Pole. So there is a warm-up. Have you ever been in a race? Whether it was a 100-meter sprint on an athletic track or a breaststroke in a swimming pool. You must remember how exciting it was to be a part of a competitive event. Yes, it is very exciting indeed. To have a race with our friends, to have a swimming race or something like that, we feel so excited, right? So we are now going to take a peek into the personal journals of two brave adventurers from two different countries who were involved in a more dramatic competition. So here, the lesson we are about to read, there is a competition, but this competition is not a regular competition. It is a kind of a dramatic competition. That is a race to the South Pole, which till then had never been visited by human beings. South Pole, as I have mentioned earlier, is the southernmost part of the earth, just opposite to the North Pole. It is an extreme cold place, so no one dares to go there. So there were two brave adventurers who thought of having a competition, a race, and whoever reaches first will be the winner. And these two brave adventurers were Robert Falcon Scott and Roald Amundsen. Let's start what all happened. During the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th, many geographical and scientific studies were carried out in the Antarctic continent, which had never been explored before. At least 10 countries were involved in about 17 major Antarctic scientific expeditions. Transportation and communication facilities available to those explorers and scientists were very basic. They had to endure many hardships during their expeditions, and many of these brave adventurers died. To carry out these scientific expeditions, these two brave adventurers, they just started a race to the South Pole. In the year 1911, the British explorer Robert Falcon Scott and an explorer from Norway, Roald Amundsen, set out on two separate expeditions, kind of a journey, in a race to be the first humans to reach the South Pole. It was Amundsen who arrived first and raised the flag of Norway at the South Pole about a month before Scott arrived. So who was the winner here? The winner was Amundsen. He reached to the South Pole a month before Scott reached over there. However, the hardships of the journey proved too much for Scott, who, along with other members of his team, died of exhaustion, hunger, and extreme cold. Children, this was not a simple journey. This journey was full of hardships, full of adventures. So, like the other brave adventurers, Scott, he also died there because of exhaustion, because of hunger, and because of extreme cold in that place. So here are two entries, two diary entries, or you can also say journal entries by these two great explorers at the time of their expedition. So let's start reading from Roald Amundson's journal, dated Thursday, 15th of December, 1911. What Amundsen wrote. Let's see. So we arrived and were able to raise a flag at the geographical South Pole. Thanks be to God. The time was 3 p.m. when this happened. The weather was of the best kind when we set off this morning. But at 10 a.m., it clouded over and hid the sun. Fresh breeze from the southeast. The skiing has been partly good and partly bad. The sun reappeared in the afternoon, and now we must go out and take a midnight observation. So Amundsen wrote in his journal that they arrived. He, along with his co-adventurers, arrived to the South Pole on 15th of December 1911. And to mark their victory, they raised their flag of which country they belong to? They belong to Norway. So the flag of the Norway was raised over there. They thanked God for their victory. They explained about the weather. It was kind of like clouded over in the morning and it hit the sun. Then all of a sudden fresh breeze started. And the weather was partly good and partly bad. Let's read further what he wrote. Naturally, we are not exactly at the point called 90 degree, but after all our excellent observations and dead reckoning, we must be very close. Dead reckoning, a rough calculation of the explorers' present position without the help of observation of the stars or the sun, based on the last observation, along with an estimation of the distance travelled since then. So he further wrote that tomorrow we will go out in 3 directions to circle the area round the pole. To explore about the South Pole, they will be visiting 3 different directions. We have had a celebratory meal, a little piece of seal meat each. We have here the day after. We will leave the day after tomorrow with 2 sledges. The 3rd sledge will be left here. Likewise, we will leave a little 3-man tent with the Norwegian flag and a pennant marked Fram. So the meaning of the word pennant is flag, and Fram is the name of the ship that was used by Amundsen and his party of Norwegian explorers in expeditions of the Arctic and the Antarctic regions between 1893 and 1912. So this was all from Roald Amundsen's journal. In the next class, we will be reading from Scott's journal. When did Scott reach the South Pole? What all happened with him? So we will be covering that part in our next video. Till then, stay safe.